So, I am going to be talking about something that is very deeply personal to me at this point, and that is constantly feeling like I am less than, that I'm not doing enough, that I'm just, comparatively to everyone else, not, gonna succeed in any way because, I'm me, so why would I succeed? So there's this girl that went to the same high school as I did. However, she was 2 years younger than me. So when I was a senior, she was a sophomore. Pretty basic, right? Well, my high school actually had a kind of program almost where if you do all of your credits, conduct all your credits in 3 years, you could graduate in 3 years as opposed to four. I'm not sure if that's a standard thing among all high schools, but that was what mine did. To this day, I regret not doing that because I could be a year ahead. So when I started at my university, it's a full 4 year public, yeah, 4 year private college or 4 year public university. I can't speak. Anyway, when I started there, I was on track. I did all of my work. My first semester was a little rough. I mainly got B's. I took 6 classes, and I think the reason why I mainly got B's was because everything was so like, when you're just adjusting to college. And I had a math class that was a living hell for me. Math is not my forte. So, my grade point average was a 3.4 because I took 6 classes and I don't really remember the exact breakup of those classes, but my GPA was a 3.4. And ever since then, I have been endeavoring to do the best that I possibly can with the grades that I'm getting. So, for the most part, I get in the 4.0. I think the lowest one that I got was a 3.98 or something because I got an A minus in one of my psychology classes, which was psychological statistics. When I went into that class, I thought I was just going to fail it because, statistics, math, not my thing. I ended up really liking it, so it was, all good in the end, right? Even with I took 6 classes that semester, all of them were relatively difficult. Even having done all of that, seeing that A minus out of one out of the 6 classes, the rest I got all A's in. Out of one out of the 6 classes, I got an A minus, and it like actually every single time I look at it on my grade transcript, um, it it just it like kills me. Although I am still pretty proud of myself for getting the grade that I got and for putting in the effort to get that grade. So I don't really even know the exact breakup of how many times I've been in the hospital while school is in session, but it was 3 semesters that I needed to take an academic leave of absence. So I was still a student at the university, but I was having health problems that prevented me from being able to, attend regular university. So, as a result of all that, I was 3 semesters behind where I was supposed to be, so a year and a half. Um, However, thanks to my lovely high school, and I use that word lovely very, very generously. Thanks to my high school, I was able to take a bunch of AP classes. So I had an entire 16 credit thing of AP classes that uh, counted as a whole semester. So I was able to only be now a year behind. So in the end, me and this girl are now a year apart in grades. Actually, we probably should be the same grade at this point. It just constantly, she got into the 4+1 program at my school, which essentially is um, you get your bachelor's and your master's in 5 years as opposed to 6 years. I didn't even apply for it because I kind of want to go to a different school. I was actually just working on my application for it, but I'm not going to turn it in anytime soon. So then I came to find out that this girl is not only in the honors program, not only in the 4+1 program, but also getting with the 4+1 program a degree in criminology. So she has all of this stuff put on her resume, and I'm over here with working at the same place for the past 7 years, or just short of 7 years, I should say. I worked at another place, psychiatric facility. It was a psychiatric hospital specifically, and I only worked there for 4 months because the environment there was very toxic, and it was just a very frustrating experience. And of course, I had my experience babysitting since I was, 12, 13 years old. Even with all of that, I was doing a lot of searching. I did a whole job tour type of thing. Like, I'm totally blanking out on the name. Pretty much you just do video calls with different people, and they talk about the organization and yada, yada, yada. It's like networking, pretty much. Job fair, that's what it was called. And then the next day after my job fair, I was applying to jobs. I applied to like 3 different places, and I got called back from one of them. So I scheduled an interview with him, and I'm actually extremely excited for this. It's going to be a job where I go to house, and I work with kids with autism. And I'm not going to really get into the specifics of the job because that could be taking forever, but I did almost all of the training via like Google Classroom, so like videos and quizzes and stuff like that you have to complete. I am doing my first of 2 job shadowing sessions tomorrow. So it's 2 hours for each job shadowing session. I'm not really sure exactly what to expect out of that, but I'm very excited to kind of learn about the entire thing. But even with that, I just feel like I am not doing enough. I'm not gonna accomplish anything. So I guess the point of this video is I just don't know how to feel content with myself and with how I'm doing. And, even if I'm not doing 100%, 110% or whatever, even when I was getting straight A's, which I have been getting straight A's, even when I'm doing that, and I have a relatively decent GPA, I have a 3.86 right now, so that gives you an idea from jumping from a 3.4 to a 3.86, gives you an idea of the kind of effort and work that I've been putting in. So, and yeah, I just see these things that other people are doing, and I'm like, and I know this girl's probably 1 in a million, but she's gonna have her master's degree before I do, and that really just, it's like a stab. Like I said, I wish her the best. It's not like I don't want her to do all these things, but she's like the head of like this club, and like I said, go you for doing that. But it's to me, it's just like I should be doing more. I should be doing more. I should be doing more. I'm not going to accomplish anything because I'm not doing as much as other people are. And this semester, I don't know what kind of grades I'm going to get. There's definitely some subject area matters that are like, a little bit difficult for me. I'm taking Introduction to Crime and Criminology, 3 credits. That class honestly is pretty fucking difficult for being an introductory course. If you ask me why I'm taking it, it's because I pretty much have almost no elective credits done because I went straight for the major ones right away. So I had to put something down for that. The professor's not the easiest. She's kind of, I don't even know what the word for her is. At any rate, I'm taking Introduction to Crime and Criminology. I'm taking Gender and Public Policy, which is another one where it's a really interesting class, but I don't know how I'm going to actually do in it. I'm taking Biomedical Ethics, which is entirely online, entirely asynchronous. It wasn't supposed to be that way, but the professor, I guess, had something going on, and I'm not going to assume whatever it was, and he had to change it to that last minute. Then I'm taking my second to last psychology course that I can take. They limited down my psychology courses because I had gone through all the ones that I was allowed to. So like the elective psychology courses, not like the main ones, but the elective ones. Yeah, I maxed out on all of those. So now I just have this research methods class. It's my last psychology class, or second to last psychology class. It's a major requirement, so that's why it's, there. And then I have histories and systems of psych. So that's the last psych class that I can take. And I am honestly, I'm not looking forward to that class, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And then the final course that I'm taking is, what is it? Crisis intervention, which is another criminology course. So, yeah, that's what I'm taking now. It's also midterm season, so I've been working on a lot of stuff. I've spent the majority of the morning working on my research methods stuff, and yeah, then tonight, hopefully, I'll be able to finish up my little, or not research. Oh my gosh, my training modules. So at any rate, I'm going to go eat food now because as if I am not fat enough. So if any of y'all have any ideas as to how to kind of combat this constant feeling of unworthiness and dissatisfaction with one's life and comparing oneself to others, please, please, please leave it in the fucking comments because I need ideas and I really need them soon because if I get a B on something, I'm over here in distress, like panic attacks, the whole ordeal. So I need help with this. I just need help in general, but like, who needs to talk about that, I guess. Alright, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I guess that's it.